Hello everyone and welcome to my Game Week 14 score predictions for the 2022/23 Premier League season. We've got a good week ahead of us with some very good matchups, so let's get straight into it with the first game being Leicester City against Manchester City, being played at the King Power Stadium. Leicester City currently in 17th place. They've found a way out of that relegation zone with a 4-0 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers last time out. Scoring goals has never been the problem for Leicester. It's been about conceding them, and maybe now slowly they're starting to improve that with the clean sheets that they did keep against Wolverhampton Wanderers and Leeds United and Nottingham Forest. Also Crystal Palace in there as well. Manchester City last time out, they beat Brighton 3-1. Erling Haaland on the score sheet, once again getting a brace for himself. It should be Manchester City's victory here, 100%. But I am going to back both sides to score though. Leicester 1, Man City 3. We'll move on now to Bournemouth against Tottenham Hotspur. And I think Bournemouth's luck may have just run out. They lost 2-0 to West Ham United in their last game. They had a pretty good unbeaten run, but I think it's over now. Coming up against the Tottenham side, who did actually lose 2-1 to Newcastle United last time out. They'll want to bounce back as well after 2 defeats on the bounce. I think it'll be a tough place to go, but I think they'll be able to get their results. The goals will come for them. I'm going to go Bournemouth 0, Tottenham 3. Now, this game, last time Bournemouth were in the Premier League, it ended in a 0-0 draw. Surprising that, but I don't think that will happen this time out. We'll move on now to Brentford against Wolverhampton Wanderers. As I say, Wolves really struggling. Just got smashed 4-0 against Leicester. Brentford having a bit of a 50-50 form at the moment, you could say. I mean, losing 4-0 to Aston Villa in their last game. We'll come on to them in a minute. 3-0 down after the first 15 minutes as well. Brentford will bounce back from that, and they're going to score goals. Wolves are going to be in for another long day. I'm going to go for a Brentford 3-0 victory here. We'll move on to Brighton against Chelsea. It is going to be Graham Potter's return to the Amex Stadium within, less than a month, I think now. I think Chelsea will be able to win it. They've got the quality players. Brighton's form, since Graham Potter did leave, it's been poor. It's been poor. Apart from the draw that they did pick up against Liverpool, the rest has been, pretty poor. There has been quite a few draws between these two sides the past few seasons. Last time they played, it was a 1-1 draw. I'm going to say it'll be a very close game, both sides to score, but Chelsea to come away with all 3 points in here, and a 2-1 away victory for the Blues. And then next up is Crystal Palace against Southampton. This one will be a pretty tricky one. I think this one is the hardest fixture to predict out of the 10 being played. Both sides probably have pretty even chances to come away from this game with all 3 points, but Crystal Palace losing 3-0 to Everton last time out, it just wasn't their day. They are back at home at this one, but I think that this is going to end all square and both sides will pick up a point, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. Next up, Newcastle United against, you could say a brand new Aston Villa. Of course, first game without Steven Gerrard, beat Brentford 4-0, 3-0 up after 15 minutes, as I did mention before. You've got the new manager bounce with Aston Villa. Obviously, that's what's happened here when your opposition just doesn't know what this new guy's tactics are going to be, how he's going to set up his team. Newcastle United currently sat in 4th place in a Champions League spot. Only the 1 defeat so far this season at St James's Park as well. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough game for Aston Villa. This, I still am going to back Villa to pick something up from this game though, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, maybe a bit of a surprise result here. I'm just thinking the new manager bounce, it'll still be there. It just depends on how quickly it'll wear off. That's how you determine the great managers from your average managers. But I'll go for a point apiece in this one, 1-1. But it'll be a good point for both sides. Newcastle United, I think at this stage, they just don't want to lose a game. Just keep on going steadily up that table, whether it's 1 point or 3 points. You're going to have a good season, Newcastle. Okay, we'll move on to Craven Cottage now, where it is Fulham against Everton, where I just did mention above, Everton beat Crystal Palace 3-0 in their last game. Fulham doing pretty well as well, beating Leeds United in that high-scoring 3-2 victory at Ellen Road. Fulham see themselves in 7th place. They're having a really good season. At home in Craven Cottage as well. I know Everton will want to, build on that good victory that they picked up last time out. Of course, Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in the team, back from injury, back amongst the goals. I'm going to go for a Fulham victory in this one, though. I'm going to go 2-1 to Fulham in this one. Both sides to score. And then next up, at Anfield, we've got a big one. Liverpool against Leeds United. Leeds United's form, not the greatest. Jesse Marsch, he needs to change something up. Whether or not, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with him. Whether or not they're going to consider maybe sacking him in any time soon. But something has to change for Leeds United. Otherwise, they're going to get relegated, aren't they? Liverpool, they had a bit of a shocker last time out as well. A 1-0 defeat to bottom of the table Nottingham Forest, who have conceded goals for fun so far this season. Liverpool could not find a way at Anfield in this one, so maybe should be a little bit easier for Liverpool. They've not had the greatest of seasons themselves, Liverpool. I can just see Leeds United maybe turning up in this game. I don't know why. One of the hardest places to go. Also, I feel like this one could either be a very narrow game or Liverpool's just going to run away with it. And I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw in this one. Another surprise result here this week, but I don't know what to expect from Liverpool. Just this season, they can come up and beat Man City, or they can do what they did last week, and we'll have to wait and find out what happens in this one. But I hope it is going to be a good game. I think it will be a good game. And then we'll move over now to Arsenal against Nottingham Forest, where Arsenal picked up a point last time out. They did well. It was a point against Southampton, a 1-1 draw. Obviously fans would have preferred all 3 points, but they weren't terrible. They had their opportunities. They just couldn't find the back of the net. At home in this one against Nottingham Forest. I know Forest have just beaten Liverpool, but I think Arsenal will get back to winning ways, and they'll do it with a nice, comfortable 3-0 victory. And then we finish off with another pretty good one at Old Trafford. Manchester United against West Ham United. Man United picked up a 1-1 draw last time out against Chelsea. Casemiro with the last minute equaliser after Jorginho scored from the penalty spot for Chelsea in the 88th minute as well. 2 very, very late goals. It all looked set for a 0-0 draw. Then Chelsea scored that goal. Then it all looked set for a Chelsea win. And then United do that right at the last moment. Back at Old Trafford, I would say United, there's not really much change from the past few seasons. They're still a very good side, but still upsets can happen. West Ham United, now in 10th place after the pretty poor start they did have to the season. They've climbed up that table well after a 2-0 victory last time out. I do feel that they are going to score in this game, but I think Man United will pick up all 3 points in this one. Another good game this one's going to be, and I'll say a 2-1 victory to Manchester United to finish off my predictions. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.